Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask?
If third eyes is open, the person can able to see future, past, or what is happening. Can to of course wise, wise. But just I want to know what is third eyes about.
Well, it's really very simple. This meditation was devised so that people can truly learn how to be centered in themselves and at the same time be connected to the world. You know, that there's no separation between the two. This happens through the eyes. I mean, we look out at the world, we see the world, we're connected to it. Just about everything in life drags us out of ourselves. We wind up complaining, we wind up, not being happy about what we see or being happy about what we see, so that our energy just leaks out of us. Now, this meditation was devised by learning how to focus in the chakra below the navel, and at the same time, keeping your eyes focused on the teacher. That will allow you to be in two places at one time, give you the power inside yourself to be in the world and to be free of the world at exactly the same time. It also gives one the strength to be at a point in a triangle that connects karma and life with our interior self and spirit. Having that kind of strength enables a human being to have a spiritual life, because the forces we're dealing with are very powerful. As we all know, life itself is very powerful. The external world is a world of, as I once had a title of a book called Madness Falling from the Sky, And we really need to learn how to work out our karma. We had to learn how to be centered inside and to be connected with spirit. Keeping the eyes open in the meditation class enables us to do this. And another element of the eyes being open is that the Shakti, or the energy, is transmitted through the teacher. And the eyes, you can look into somebody's eyes, you see the deepest part of their inner self. The eyes will absorb that Shakti, and that Shakti will go into the chakra system and act as a catalyst to open the person and strengthen the person inside. So keeping the eyes open has many purposes, And I think when Rudy devised this meditation, it was brilliant, because I had never heard of doing open eye meditation before I met him. It was always with your eyes closed. And then I discovered when you close your eyes, you cut yourself off from the world.
Yes.
You absolutely close the curtain, the thing that allows you to be connected to the world.
I see. I mean, close eyes is easier. You can really focus.
Well, killing yourself is also easier.
Oh.
I mean, the whole point of this is not easier. The whole point of this is what works. What really works. And learning how to be in the world and to be centered inside and to be connected with spirit. That works. But you got to build a system inside that enables you to do that. And, you can lie down and go half asleep and keep your, and, I meditated, but it's not the same thing. And also, look, the single most difficult thing to attain in this life is spiritual enlightenment. There is no harder path on the earth. It's much more difficult than becoming a billionaire, a trillionaire, a gillionaire, you know, attaining spiritual enlightenment. So the fact that it is harder and more difficult is good, because when you learn how to master difficult things, it makes you really strong inside. So you have the strength to be able to be in the world and to be connected to spirit at exactly the same time. That takes an enormous amount of inner strength. You have to be very powerful to do that inside. You have to have such a highly developed chakra system that you have the internal strength to do what I'm talking about. The whole purpose of this meditation is to help people build that kind of chakra system. And there's no easy way to do that. It requires an enormous amount of focus and inner work and learning how to overcome all the obstacles that keep us from doing stuff like that. So it's not a matter of what's easy or hard. It's a matter of what works, and it's a matter of what a human being needs to do to grow. I mean, when I was younger, I used to take upon myself all kinds of impossible situations. And I did it intentionally because I knew that if I could work with those situations and I can learn to get strong enough inside myself to be able to succeed at these things that I took upon myself, I would get very strong. And if I could learn to do these things without losing my connection to spirit, without substituting money and all that other stuff for spirit, I would have to be very strong inside myself. And I also knew where I needed to go to get the energy in order to succeed at these things. I mean, I never really ever thought of living in a rent-controlled apartment. It was always, having to spend 30, 40 years of my life living in a rent-controlled apartment. Although in today's world, it makes living possible, I must say. But I never thought that way. All right, when I got my loft on 4th Avenue, a person came up to me and said, it's going to be very expensive. So I looked at them and I said, I'll sell another painting every month. Pay for this. I'll build my business to be able to pay for it. And that's what happened. It got to where the rent was not expensive anymore. Because I used that test to build a business that enabled me to do it. But also going up and getting the energy from spirit. I needed that energy to get strong enough to be able to take care of my life on the earth. I think easier sometimes is harder. Doing what you're born here to do, willing to take the responsibility for your life on your shoulders, doing it, overcoming the obstacles, building a system that can do that. It's the fastest path to God. And then there's no complaining, there's no bullshit, there's no this, or that. When you give the money to the landlord, you do it with gratitude because they're providing a place to live. You go to the supermarket, you do it with gratitude because it's providing food for you to eat. Now, to have that kind of gratitude requires tremendous inner strength. It's not weak people that have gratitude who have humility like that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Very good question, Super. I mean, you must know the difficulties of dealing with the art world, dealing with the music world. Yes. I mean, it's impossible, right?
No joke.
It's no joke.
So hard.
You've got to be very strong to succeed in that world.
I am. I really try hard as possible.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I have more strong energy come from inner. something. So I'm so lucky, never going down. Or
Okay,
physically
good.
a little weaker, but mentally and emotionally so strong. So that is really
All right.
blessing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question. Bob Sink.
Yes, Bob.
Could you speak about opening the throat chakra?
I have to know, what do you mean by the third chakra? Because everybody has a different definition of this third chakra.
What I was saying was the throat chakra.
They consider that the third chakra?
I didn't say third chakra. I said throat. What I like to know is how to work with the throat chakra.
Oh, well, there are two answers to that. Well, actually, there are three. You're not going to be able to open the throat chakra in any kind of depth if you're not focused in the chakra below the navel. You're not going to be able to open the throat chakra at any depth if your heart is closed. Because when those chakras are closed, all that tension moves up to the throat. And if the throat is closed, all that tension moves up to the head. So it's developing the chakra system, the entire chakra system, drawing energy through the sexual area to the base of the spine, so that, the plumbing inside you works. The water, the Shakti is flowing from chakra to chakra. Doing that enables you to open the throat chakra. Opening the throat chakra enables you to truly connect with the sound of Om. Because every word you utter is literally, it's like in the Bible, they say, in the beginning was the word. Every word you utter is truly the beginning. It's truly the genesis of your communication with life. If the throat chakra is closed, the communication is almost like static on a radio. But if it's open, and it's not going to be open unless we're centered in the third chakra below the navel, the heart's open, the mind is quiet. Understand? Every word we say becomes not us talking, but it's us communicating higher energy to life. So it comes out as compassion, as love, as, joy, as, forgiveness. It comes out as all the highest elements of what it means for us to be human. So in order for the mind to be quiet, we got to be centered below the navel, and the heart has to be open. For the throat to be open, we got to be centered below the navel, and the heart has to be open, et cetera, all the way down, right up to the crown chakra. So it's why this meditation is really learning how to develop the entire chakra system. Rudy always used to kid around. He said, it's like playing a one-man band. You got to be able to play all the instruments and so on. I hope that's clear, because it's such an important element in this meditation. This meditation is not just about me sitting here and transmitting Shakti. We're staring at each other and the energy gets strong. People get a little more relaxed. It's really about working to build a system inside that is strong enough to connect with God. And to do that, the whole chakra system has to be highly developed. It would be like an orchestra playing a Beethoven symphony, and half the orchestra, the instruments are out of tune. You're going to get a lot of scratchy noise instead of music. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome, Bob. Okay, if there are no more questions, there will be meditation on Sunday. Just to let you know, my next piece on Tantra 14, I think it is coming out tomorrow on my website. I hope you all read it. They're all interesting. There's some good art. You know, I found this painting actually that I sold to the Brooklyn Museum about 20 years ago online. Actually, it's the best painting in their collection. And it's going to be one of the paintings, not tomorrow, but one of the paintings that's going to be used in this, my ongoing, tantric series. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, then God bless you all. And as I end these classes, I come here because all of you are my teachers. I come here because I need to grow. I don't come here to be a guru. I don't come here to be a wise man, conveying all my wisdom to everyone. I come here to grow, and I come here because I need what goes on here. And I frankly take advantage of it. So God bless you all. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Sunday. Please.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.